Uncle William!
Elizabeth! This is a pleasant surprise.
How are you?
I'm fine.
We were talking about you the other night.
Really? Who's we?
We is me, Lily and Jeff. I hear you've given up smoking.
That's right. I've been telling myself for ages that I ought to stop, and finally I did. I just said to myself, it's a ridiculous habit. It's time you stopped. And believe it or not, I stopped. Just like that. I haven't smoked a cigarette since.
Have you been feeling better since you stopped?
Much better, yes. Oh, I wouldn't smoke a cigarette now if you paid me. If I were you, I'd stop too.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Uncle William. I can't stop.
Oh dear.
I can't stop because I never started.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course.
I don't smoke now, and I don't intend to start.
That's very good. Do you know, if I hadn't stopped smoking, I'd have smoked more than 300,000 cigarettes by the time I was 65? I worked it out.
Yes, Lily told me.
Did she tell you about my speech?
At the conference? Yes, she did.
Actually, it went very well. It was about the travel business of tomorrow.
Very interesting.
It was a serious speech, but I made them laugh a few times.
I'm sure you did.
I finished with a quotation about Woodrow Wilson. Like Odysseus, he looked wiser when seated. And then I sat down. That got a very good reaction from the audience.
Good.
Although, I think it was mainly because I missed my chair and landed on the floor.
Meadow. Fallow. Fodder corn. Vegetable garden. Road. Henhouse. Sheep pen. Pigsty. Enclosure.
Moo.
Cowshed. Machinery shed. Barn. Orchard. Tower silo. Barn.
An American, Frederick Henry, is an ambulance driver in the Italian army during World War I. He meets Catherine Barclay, an English nurse. When he is badly injured and taken to hospital, Catherine nurses him and they fall in love. By the time he returns to his unit, Catherine is expecting a child. Later, Frederick is depressed by the war and deserts. He and Catherine escape to Switzerland, where they live happily for a few months. The story has a tragic ending, as both Catherine and the child die in childbirth. A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. This novel takes place in an imaginary country called Costaguana. In a town of Sulaco, there is a silver mine. During a revolution, Nostromo, a seaman, is told to take away a large quantity of silver. He hides the silver on a desert island and tells everyone that the ship carrying it sank in the sea. As time passes, Nostromo becomes richer and richer. Sometime later, a lighthouse is built on the island. The lighthouse keeper is called Giorgio Viola. He is an old man with 2 daughters. Nostromo becomes engaged to one of the daughters, Linda, but in fact he loves the other, Giselle. One night Giorgio finds Nostromo and Giselle together and kills Nostromo. Nostromo by Joseph Conrad.
Poem To Women, As Far As I'm Concerned, by D.H. Lawrence.
If people say they've got feelings, you may be pretty sure they haven't got them.
A biography of the singer Lulu on the cover of a record.
She reached number 6 in April 1967 with The Boat That I Row, and number 11 3 months later with Let's Pretend.
The short story The Oblong Box by Edgar Allan Poe.
It was about 6 feet in length by 2.5 in breadth. Now this shape was peculiar.
The novel Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe.
September the 30th, the unhappy anniversary of my landing. I found I had been on shore 365 days.
You don't get something for nothing.
The more you get, the more you want.
If you play with fire, you get burnt.
Don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
When in doubt, do nothing. Truth is time's daughter.
There is a time and a place for everything.
1 hour today is worth 2 hours tomorrow.
Good afternoon. I want to see the managing director, please.
Good afternoon. Have you an appointment?
Of course. I wouldn't be here if I hadn't.
What is your name, please?
Duncan.
Oh, just a moment, please. Miss Corby, I have a Mr. Duncan here to see Mr. Grant. He says he has an appointment. Yes, I will. Mr. Duncan, would you take a seat, please? Mr. Grant's secretary will be down in a moment.
Thank you. I hope she won't be long. I haven't much time.
She's on her way now.
Good. Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Osman?
Well, I belong to a company called Gile Motors in Zana, Zauritania. Now, we produce mopeds, high-quality, reliable machines. Our capacity at the moment is relatively small, as we only cater for the home market. I need a good agent here to make the export project viable.
Well, you seem pretty determined and very enterprising. From your brochures, it looks as if you have an attractive and efficient product. Yes, there could be a market. Your prices are competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm interested. I'd like to see your samples, though.
Yes, I'm sure we can arrange that.
Look, I'd be willing to help, but Gile Motors have to guarantee continuous production, maintained high quality, an adequate supply of spare parts, and delivery dates must be kept, Mr. Osborne.
US News & World Report, the third biggest selling American news magazine after Time and Newsweek, is to be taken over by a multi-millionaire real estate tycoon called Mortimer Zuckerman. Until now, US News & World Report, a conservative weekly with a worldwide circulation of just over 2 million readers, has been owned and run by most of its employees as a profit-sharing cooperative. On the line to New York City, I asked Robert Krulwich, economics correspondent of America's National Public Radio, for details of the takeover.
Oh, I've been working for 5 hours now. I think I should take a rest. Well, next Monday, I'll have been working on this project for 10 years, and I'll have finished my 10th paper. In May, I will be standing on the stage to receive the prize. What a bright future. Scholar. Tie closure. Shoulder strap. Shoulder strap. Umbrella ring. Folding chair. Paper.
When the summer had come to an end, when there's no one left on the beach and the sky's no longer blue, I know I won't see you again. The summer will be over then, and a holiday romance will be over too. I know that this is just a holiday romance for you, dancing to a summer tune underneath the summer moon. I know that this is just a holiday romance for you. When the summertime is through, then you'll have forgotten me, but I won't have forgotten you.
Villa. Wedding train. Sunflare. Sunspot. Beach. Sunbather. Sailing boat. Surf. Surfboard.
We've been trying to repair the damage, but now we have given up hope. The ship is floating out of control, and we know that we're alone.
We will never see the earth again, though we don't want to believe it. This SOS will be too late by the time that you receive it.
We'll have been floating for 15 days. We'll have left this sector far behind us. We'll be moving into deeper space, where no one will ever find us.
Guitar player. Coordinate. Bass player.
You're listening to the Mike Powell Show. Bernard is on the line, and he's going to play Name the Song. Hello, Bernard.
Hello, Mike.
Ready?
Ready.
Number 1. Then you might as well take the sun away.
If you go away.
Correct, but don't go away, Bernard, because here's number 2. I'd rather be a hammer than a nail.
If I could, or El Condor Pasa.
Which one?
Well, both. The song has 2 titles.
Quite right, Bernard. Just a little joke. Here's number 3. You may be a businessman.
But you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna serve somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bernard. The title is Got to Serve Somebody. Better luck next time. You're listening to The Mike Powell Show, and now Amanda is on the line. She's going to play our new game, Complete the Phrase, and she could win one of our marvellous prizes. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Mike.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay, number 1. Can you complete this phrase? God save...
God save the Queen?
Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. The answer I have is God save the King.
Yes, but...
Try number 2. And if I were you, Amanda, I'd listen very carefully. Long live...
Long live the King?
No.
Long live the Queen?
No, sorry, Amanda. The answer I have is long live rock and roll.
Mike, has anyone ever won a prize on your show?
Sorry?
You wake up in the morning on an autumn day. The weather's getting colder and the sky is gray. It doesn't matter if it's raining or snowing. Get up, get dressed, get ready, get going. When you have problems on your mind, they can get you down from time to time. But you won't get any satisfaction until you take some positive action.
Rain. Cold. Cushion. Speaker. Producer turret. Audio monitor. Tone leader generator. Screen.
Auxiliary verbs.
Can, may.
You'll need a guide. The desert can be very dangerous, and take some warm clothes. The nights can be very cold.
May God bless you and keep you always. May your wishes all come true, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. You may be a businessman, you may be rich, but you're going to have to serve somebody. Gotta serve somebody.
Perfect continuous. Structure and usage. I finished my novel on April the 1st last year.
How long had you been working on it?
I'd been working on it for 20 years.
I finished my novel this morning.
How long have you been working on it?
I've been working on it for 20 years.
I'll finish my novel at the end of next year.
How long will you have been working on it?
I'll have been working on it for 20 years. The were pattern in subjunctive mood. This weather is terrible. I wish it were not so cold.
Suppose he were a multi-millionaire. Would he be happy?
If Shakespeare were alive today, what would he write about?
I only said, I'm not interested in money, but everybody looked at me as if I were mad.